My dear brothers and sisters, there are certain facts in history in which God has intervened directly. And to kind of have an idea of what it was like, it was really an intervention on creation. Just as yesterday when you were here very devout in Mass with Father Chidi, and there was a little earthquake that happened, and I thank God I wasn't here because I could be really frightened, But just to make a comparison of what an intervention, kind of extraordinary intervention is, well, resurrection is much more than that. Resurrection is the direct intervention of God in history, in creation. So everything needs to be transformed. I'm not saying changed, but transformed. That's why the Church, in her education to us, in her pedagogy, gives us this beautiful liturgy of Easter, especially Easter Octave, so that we really rejoice in the Lord. Just as the disciples rejoiced when they saw him. You probably know this, but I always tell this resurrection joke, and I hope you like it. You probably know it. This man went with his wife and his mother-in-law to Jerusalem. So, being in Jerusalem, the mother-in-law dies. So, the people from the funeral home, they're telling the man, what do you want to do with your mother-in-law? Do you want to bury her in Jerusalem, or do you want to take her home to Spain? Let's say that, Spain. If you bury her in Jerusalem, it's going to cost you $1. And if you take her back to Spain, it's going to cost you $1 million. What do you want to do? Oh, I'm taking her back to Spain. Oh, are you sure? Did you hear what we said? It's going to cost you $1 million. But if you bury her here, it's going to cost you $1 million. $1. $1 versus $1 million. You want to take her back home to Spain? I'm taking her back to Spain. So they ask him, why do you want to do that? And he goes, well, because I heard that there was a man who died here and rose on the third day, and I don't want to take the chance with my That's, kind of a silly story, but this man really believed in the resurrection, So that's what we want to ask the Lord, so that we can also believe in the resurrection of the dead. I just have one thing to tell you, one last thing, it was a little reflection at the parish, and I just want to propose this to you, and please have it with you for the rest of the Mass, to try and get into the affections of what the resurrection means. Right now, try to think about a relative of yours that you've lost, that the Lord has already called to his presence. It could be your mother, your father, your grandparents, your wife. God willing not, but if there's a son or a daughter or a good friend, just try to think that you go out of work today, and before turning that corner, before getting home, you see your wife, or you see your grandmother, or your grandfather, or your dad, or your children, or your friends. They're coming to you. That's the resurrection. That's the joy of the resurrection. That's the joy that, God willing, we will have when we meet the Lord again, face to face.